Yee! All right. Let everybody know I'm here. Bring it on, kids. We here. The link is on Patreon. Bring it on, kids. We here. The link is on Patreon. Okay, we got one person here. What's up? Sound off in the chat. Wait, let me see if I can see the chat. Okay, 2 people, 3 people. Hello. Okay, 1 person left. I don't blame you. Hold on. Let me finish letting kids on Twitter know we're here. All 4 of you that will show up want to make sure you know what's going down. Okay. Stop it. Sorry if you can hear my dogs barking vaguely in the background. Nothing I can do about that. It's just a nightmare. Sorry, I'm trying to tilt my thing down. This is the junk room that I edit in. It's very fitting for me. So, hold on. Let me see something really quick. I'm going to go to the post I made a while back, seeing what you guys wanted me to talk about. I might wait like a little longer to see if more people come, but I have a feeling all 5 of you are all who's going to be here. Let me see. Did you guys watch the behind the scenes video today where I got super emo? Sorry about that. I kind of regret posting it, but it's there and the internet is forever. So is what it is. Let's see. What did you guys want me to talk about? Someone asked me that since I didn't like ASMR, if I liked slime, and the answer is no. Like, I don't hate it, but I don't like follow slime accounts. Okay, so let me see who's all here. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Kongatron? Yeet. I was doing that way too much all weekend. I just kept going, yeet, because of that one Vine, and also because I watched Curtis Connor way too much. Riley Wood, hello. I am no one's mother. I don't want kids. Kaylee, what's up? Kongatron again. All right. Audra, hey girl, and the Capster. What's up, my guy? So yeah, I guess this is about everybody who's going to be here. I don't really know how much longer to wait. I don't want just like 5 minutes of dead space on here. So someone asked how I felt about slime, and I said I don't really care about it. Because, and Jenna and Scott, hello. I don't hate it, but I don't follow like slime accounts. Like, I don't get the hype. Like, I guess kids like it, but I'm not gonna like go watch it. It shows up on my Instagram feed. There was like a brief moment in time, and it went away. I don't know whatever happened to it, where there was a really popular genre of, I guess, like ASMR, where people would cut soap. They would like cut lines into soap and then just like shave the soap. And there was one Instagram account that I loved that did that all the time. They would just shave soap, and I loved just like watching the soap crumble. It's like it's like one of those things that's oddly satisfying. Like it's like something you can't normally do, because I'm like, I can't afford to just buy soap and shave it. Like, I have to use the soap for its intended purpose, like an adult. So it's like sometimes you look at soap and you're like, man, I just kind of want to just cut right into it. You know, I don't know why. Or you want to bite into it? Does that make sense? No? Okay. Anyway, so those accounts take care of those, what's it called? Intrusive thoughts for you. They're like, they take the intrusive thoughts and make them reality. Hold on, I have a heater behind me. I'm going to turn it down because I'm sweating. Okay. Hello. Okay, so more people are in. Lizzie and Faith. Hey, Faith. I think you're my top comment right now on my last video. On my JoJo video. I'm pretty sure Faith is the top comment. Not the one I pinned, but like the other one. Sorry I didn't pin you, but I like to pin the funny ones that are like, there was one where I thought she was making fun of me to like just be mean, but I think I just misinterpreted what she said, because she was like, your hair looks really bad in this video, and I pinned it because I thought it was funny. And then I think she was actually, like, kidding because I said to bully me in the comments, but I pinned it, and then she came back and she was really excited about it. She's like, "Oh, cool, you pinned me," but in case you didn't know, if you edit a comment that's pinned, it will be unpinned, so maybe don't do that if you wanna stay pinned. Just wanted you to know you're getting me through my AP Psych homework right now. Maybe you should I mean, like, welcome, but maybe you should focus on your Psych homework. Uh, I waited until last minute yesterday to do my schoolwork. When you have online class in college, at least for me, everything's always due Sunday night at midnight. So I always wait till Sunday afternoon to do all my work, and I did that yesterday, and I was so beat because I went to a concert Saturday night, and then we slept until, like, 11 the next day, which is not normal for me, um, and I just did nothing. I was just useless. Like, I slept probably 12 hours, and then no, because we didn't get home till, like, 3. I just feel like I did nothing all day, and then I was so just, like, hungover from the show that I was ready to, like, go back to sleep at 5 PM, and I kept pushing it off, and then I was like, "Crap, I have to do homework," and I actually debated, like, can I make a 0 on this and still pass the class?" But I made myself do it, so, it was awful. I just BS my way all through it. No, don't, like, tell anybody, but I basically cheated on my quiz. I just because the quiz is online, so, like, who's gonna know? So I just had Quizlet open and was just Googling all the answers, and all the answers were on Quizlet, except for, like, 2 that I got wrong, so got an A from cheating. But don't cheat. Don't only cheat if you have to. Like, I had to cheat to get through math in college, or else I would not be able to graduate. Oh, I'm incriminating myself right now. Yikes. Alright, let me read some of the chat. Um, I normally never comment, but I would like recognition too. Hey, Nina. I think that's how you pronounce the name, right? Nina? Um, yeah, Quizlet is the only reason I've made it this far. Not really, but kind of. Oh, Audra, really? See, yeah, my school, I thought they would know the between tabs, but I mean, I literally have gone 4 years doing it and never gotten caught, so I'm assuming they don't know. Yeah, my motto, if it's online and there's time, I will cheat, yeah. Unfortunately, the one I'm taking right now, they only give you 30 minutes, which sounds like a lot, but it's 25 questions, so if you Google every single question, you will begin to run out of time. I learned that the hard way because I knew none of the answers. Um, yeah, the concert was insane. It was so good. I was a little bummed no one I said that a lot that night. I was like I even fussed at the drummer from Colony House. His name's Will. I was like, "My guy, you didn't crowd surf." And he was like, "I know." And he, like, tried to explain that he'll look out in the crowd, try to see if there's, like, a solid spot. He couldn't really find, like, a good vibe. And I was like, I'm the reason you didn't hit your head last time. Like, just jump on me. It's fine. I'll support all of your weight, even though you probably weigh twice as much as me." Um, but yeah, it was pretty sick. I'm wearing my merch that I got there, my Switchfoot beanie that cost way too much, but I got it anyway, and my Colony House shirt. I saw Colony House on tour and I almost died. No. It wasn't it wasn't as rough as the last Colony House show I went to, for sure. For sure, because they crowd surfed like twice. It got absolutely insane and it was awesome. If I don't get like bruises during a show, then it's like wasn't quite rough enough. There were too many like dads there that wanted their personal space. I'm like, no, you don't get that. Don't show up to the pit and expect to be treated kindly. Not mean, but don't expect to have personal space. Be okay with getting beat up because that's the fun part. I got a chance to go to the Switchfoot concert, but I have no one to go with. Should I go? Yes. Yes. I went to an Owl City show by myself and it was still really fun. But if you're a girl, make sure you have some way to defend yourself, like especially walking back to your car at night. I tend to smuggle pepper spray in with a fanny pack. Uh, don't tell anybody. But I have a fanny pack and there's like a zipper in the very back of it that they never think to check. And I put the pepper spray like in the very bottom of it and then I cover it in trash. I'm not even kidding. And so they never unzip it, but on the rare occasion that they do, they'll just see trash and like just ignore it and let me go. Cause like I can't freaking hide a gun in there. So what else can I hide in there? Drugs, maybe. Drugs. You guys know I'm ADD right now. You guys know that is it a vine? Yeah, it's a vine where it's like an owl and he goes, drugs, drugs, drugs. And she's like, oh no, we're good, thank you. Drugs. No, no, we're fine. Drugs. Who invited love I just can't like think of the word drugs without thinking like drugs. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway. So let's see, what was the stuff y'all wanted me to talk about in the comments from the Patreon post? Let's see. Oh, I doubt whoever this was is in here, but I should probably do this on like if I do a YouTube live stream later this week. I'm not sure if I'll be able to post a video, like a full video. I might post a vlog, but it'll be kind of short. So I might do a live stream on YouTube to kind of make up for it. But someone at the Colony House show came up to me after and they were like, are you the Olivia Catherine? Like kind of making a joke. And so I thought I was being funny. And at some point during a conversation, I flicked him off. But again, it was to be funny. It was never like to actually be mean. And I think I hurt this person's feelings and then like immediately apologized. I was like, oh dude, I'm so sorry. Like I did not mean it that way. Like I'm just kidding. I'm just being bratty. That's my brand. I need to stop doing that. But so if you're in here or if anybody knows anybody who was like, I got flicked off by Olivia Catherine, know that I didn't mean it. I'm sorry. I thought it was a joke. Anyway, sorry. So back to what was the comments? So Faith, is Faith in here? I haven't seen Faith yet. Are you in here? Maybe I did see you. I did see you. No, I didn't. I don't remember. I did. Okay, yeah. Faith, you're in here. Or at least you were at one point. Okay, yeah. So you wanted me to talk about my tattoo getting copied. And I kind of beat a dead horse with that because I talked to literally anyone who would listen to me about that. I like was calling and texting everyone on my phone, like just needing to vent about it, and to my therapist like a couple days later. So I've definitely talked about it way too much, but I'll talk about it again because it's still not okay. It's still an okay thing to do. But yeah. So basically, the story is Nikki, my friend, my best friend. She is in this like 21 Pilots group on Facebook, and it's like a private group. So I couldn't see the post, but she screenshotted it to me and sent it to me just out of the blue. And she was like, dude, and it was the picture of her tattoo. And she like said in the comments that she designed it all on her own, but she was inspired by mine. I'm like, no, you straight up copied mine. You just added the 2 extra lines like the new logo has, and then your sunflower. You can't, it doesn't give it justice, a webcam right now, but her sunflower's not as pretty as mine because it's just like flat colors and black outline. And mine, if you get to see it in person, it's like very beautifully like blended with orange and yellow, and it's not outlined black. Anyway, I'm not here to like dog her tattoo. But I was just mad that she like thinks it's her own design, and it is absolutely not because she copied mine and is trying to act like it's hers. And it, but even outside of that, it just kind of bothers me because it's my favorite tattoo. I have only 3, but it was my very first tattoo, and I went through a lot to get it. Had a lot of anxiety attacks before and after getting it. It was a big for me to make such a commitment at 20 years old. It was just a big deal to me, and I had it in my mind for 2 years that I was going to get it, and I finally got it. And this person gets to just like, I had to actually sit down and design the tattoo because I never saw one exactly like. And then she just gets to look at mine and be like, oh, that's what I want, and just take it and give it to a tattoo artist, and they copied it. I didn't get that. What is it? Privilege. I had to actually like think it up of an original idea. I'm losing people right now. Anyway, so I couldn't respond, so I just sent a response to Nikki, and she posted it for me. And I don't remember what I said. I'm not going to go through all of it. It was kind of what I said just now, except probably a little meaner. 'Cause I was really worked up. It was, like, in the moment when I found out. And never do that. Never respond in the moment when you're really upset, but I did. And it just bothered me because it is such a special tattoo to me, and it was so unique to me, and to know that it's kind of on someone else is upsetting because it means so much to me, and I'm not gonna get into, like, the whole meaning behind it because e some of it can't even be put into words. That's why I got an image tattooed on me and not, like, song lyrics because or words tattooed on me because there are no words really that can fully define what it means to me, but it's like this person doesn't even really know what this tattoo means. Like this design means something and they don't even really know what it means and they just got it on their body. It would be like if someone got Tyler's tattoos right here on them without knowing what they mean, without ever having talked to Tyler because I have no idea what Tyler's tattoos mean. I can guess, what some of them mean, but without talking to him, I'm not going to know. And even then, someone can tell you, but it can mean more to them than what they tell you. So she has this imagery on her that she doesn't even she can, yeah, put her own meaning to it, but, like, the original design, the original artist, me plus the tattoo artist, anyway, long story short, it hurt things, hurt my little baby feelings. So, at the end of the day, people argue back and forth of whether or not, like, because I've been told, like, "Well, if you post it online, you have to be okay with people copying it," or, "You're a YouTuber, if you're gonna put yourself out there, you have to be okay with people copying it," or, "Copying is the most sincere form of flattery." It's not at all. Thanks. But anyway, um, whether or not you believe that, whether or not you believe this girl had the right to do it, I'm just gonna go ahead and say that if you like me at all, if you in any way want to support me, whatever, if you watch my videos, if I mean anything to you, please do not copy my tattoos, okay? Like, you can debate whether copying tattoos from someone is okay or not because they're an internet personality, whatever you want to call it. But you can copy someone else's. I mean, don't. But at the end of the day, just arguments aside, please don't copy mine specifically. Um, that's all I ask. Like, go be a douchebag to someone else. No, just that's just one thing I ask is that if you respect me at all, do not copy the artwork that is on my body because every single piece of artwork has blood, sweat, and tears behind it. Literally blood, sweat, and tears behind all of my tattoos. Because you bleed when you get tattooed, you sweat a little if it hurts, and also tears because I usually cry around tattoos. I don't know why. I definitely cried with this one. I don't think I cried. I may have cried with this one. I cried in Nepal, so I think this one counts as a crier. And then yeah, celebrities aren't real people. I didn't know, and then now that I'm like, an internet sensation, I actually am slowly fading away. I don't know if you can kind of see. You can kind of, if you look closely, you can see behind me. I'm just sort of see through now. I lose a little bit of my soul every day that I do this, so that's cool. I was gonna show you guys my Paramore tattoo now that it's like sort of healed. It's not quite healed, but my leg is mega hair because it's cold outside, or it's been cold outside. It was like warm-ish today, so I'm not gonna shave my legs when I'm not wearing shorts. I'm just not gonna do it. So that was one thing you wanted me to talk about was my tattoo getting copied. Nothing much to say other than it sucked and I hated it. Yeah, I'll never meet that person in real life, I'm sure. Um, and Nikki said she never responded to the comment about like what I said back. So I don't know. It's almost like don't copy someone's tattoo because if they find out, they're gonna get mad and probably like publicly get mad. And now you have to live with that every day, knowing that you have something permanently on your body that like pissed someone off. Like that would be such a sucky feeling. Like if I copied someone's tattoo because I wanted it or whatever, and they like called me out on Twitter, even if they like didn't even say my name, if they said someone copied my tattoo and that's not cool, I would feel so like sick to my stomach and be like, well, crap, now this is on me for freaking ever. Unless like, well, you can get it lasered, but until you have enough money to get it lasered, um, it's there. So one thing, tattoos aren't permanent. Just get it lasered, man. It costs way more, hurt way more, it takes way longer. Possible and plausible. Man, that sucked. And then let's see, Faith, what else did you want me to talk about? Did they ever DM you or apologize? Yeah, they never apologized. Someone did DM me before that, like almost a month before that, asking for a picture of my tattoo. Like they wanted a picture straight on, and I just ignored it. It was like a DM request. So I never accepted it because I was like, no, I'm not sending you a picture because I knew they were just gonna copy. Like I want to be inspired by a tattoo, and I was like, I knew right away. Um, but I don't think it was the same person, so I think I may have dodged a bullet with having 2 people with my tattoo on me. That would have been freaking the worst. Just the worst. So, couldn't think of a better word there. That's all I got is the worst. This is the worst lighting possible. Me wearing my glasses isn't helping, but I'm blind. Like, I can't see the screen. I have to sit right here to be able to see anything. I'm not doing that. I'm not kidding when I say I have to hold my phone right here to be able to read anything on it whatsoever. So deal with it because my eyes hurt. So bye, Congatron. You already left, but bye. um, yeah, no, they never asked my permission about it. And then I already answered the slime thing. You just said ukulele. What does that mean? Like, you want me to play ukulele? Because I'm not very good at all, and I haven't played it very much in the past year span of time. So I'm kind of rusty. Shoot, I had a SpongeBob reference locked and loaded, and it's gone. How was the Coin concert? I just bought tickets. So Tessa's awesome. Obviously, I'm obsessed with her. The Coin show, I don't know a lot of their songs, so I couldn't really sing along or anything, which I like doing at shows. But I went because Tessa was playing and because my friends really like Coin. But I hate because it's like a common thing now. And they did this at the Switchfoot show where they have early entry, and you just pay more and you get early entry. And I'm like, no, like I still had to wait in line for a long time and still got like a really crappy spot. Like that was probably the worst spot I've had in a pit ever because it was like middle towards the back. So it was like where it gets rough or whatever. So, yeah, like at some point during, I mean, the show, um, Coin put on, it was a fun show. They have bangers. So you just dance the whole time. But yeah, I saw my life flash before my eyes when I turned around and a circle pit started to form behind me. And when I say right behind me, I mean like my back was like there was probably one person between me and the circle pit, so I knew I was going to get sucked into it. Um, they formed it, and then the drop in the music happened, and they all, and I got kind of just pulled into it, and it was one of those things where you kind of, you know how they say that whenever someone who's like drunk gets an accident, they're more likely to survive because their body goes limp or whatever. Does that make sense? So I kind of took on that philosophy, and I just sort of like let myself get tossed around. It actually got less hurt than I would have, I think, if I tried to fight it. I think if you just let it happen, just go limp and just let yourself get thrown around, then eventually it ends and you're like, okay, it's over. I'm too old for that, man. It was all like, I was gonna say college kids, but in college, but I mean like young college, like freshman frat boys was who was starting that. I think if I'd had a little more caffeine that day, if I wasn't had like a little more energy, wasn't in pain, I probably would have actually like joined in on purpose because I think that would have been kind of fun. Because I like when crowds get a little rowdy, but I just wasn't feeling it that day. I just had to let it happen, you know. Is that a Owl City reference there, Faith? Probably not, but I see Owl City and everything. Um, yeah, I would love if you would play it or make some videos with it. Talking about ukulele. Yeah, I thought about making, and I still am thinking about making a cover of "Stupid Deep" by John Bellion. I'm just not very good at ukulele, and I would have to finger pick. That's like a strumming. Like I don't think strumming would fit the song. I think finger picking would fit the song, and I can't finger pick. The only thing I can sort of finger pick is Tyler's version, like acoustic version of "We Don't Believe What's on TV." Um, but that's about it. I sort of learned Shoot, what's that Beatles song that plays in Little Miss Sunshine? What's the name of that song? Um, you know the song. Someone please just say it. You know the song. You know the one. It's in Little Miss Sunshine. It's a Beatles song. It's a crap. I have to Google it now. I know it. I know it. Someone just say it for the love of God. Now I have to Google it. I'm gonna look like such a millennial for not knowing this song. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about? Something, darling. Little darling. Here comes the sun. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's a finger picking part. Thank you. For the love of God, thank you. There's a finger picking part in that I sort of had down for a while, but again, I haven't practiced it in forever, so I know I definitely couldn't do it right now. I could try to do Tyler's part. Don't judge me. This is Patreon, so there's no judgment here, right? I can try it. I did have it locked and loaded, Faith, all right? I was like, maybe I'll get the guts to do it. I might need a couple shots of tequila, but no. I don't drink. I don't like alcohol. It all tastes bad to me. Oh man, I'm gonna butcher it. My hands are and my fingernails are way too long. Like, oh, that was bad already, right off the bat. Here we go, kids. Here we go, ladies and gents. All right. So bad. And it's like, wait, what's the next word? That's off. Okay, I'm gonna stop. That's terrible. The worst. I practiced it honestly before this live stream and it was way better, but I knew I was gonna choke up on the live stream. No more of that. I can play what is it? The classic Can't Help Falling in Love with You for sure, but I think every like you know what? I'm gonna get into it. How long is this live stream? Only 27 minutes. Okay. Y'all cool with this one? I'm gonna have to stop at an hour because I know I won't ever shut up. But I've been seeing jokes about ukulele girls on Twitter, and it's like, enough. Okay, can we stop making fun of girls for literally everything? Maybe I'm only mad this time because it's actually affecting me. Like the whole UGG boots and Starbucks thing never affected me because I don't wear UGG boots and Starbucks. So I get to like pumpkin spice lattes was a thing, and I don't drink those. One, I don't like them, and two, they're not vegan. So but now they're like coming after something I actually like, which is ukulele. So I'm like, are we really making fun of people for playing an instrument? That's like a really valuable skill to have, and a really it can be therapeutic. It was for me, especially when I was living at college a couple years ago. Like a very therapeutic thing for me to have something to kind of focus my attention on, other than being freaking miserable all the time. Is there something on my screen? There we go. I was like, is that a zit or is that dust? It's both. Anyway, so I'm like, are we really? Yeah, we're gonna have to make fun of girls for everything all the time, and now we're making fun of them for learning an instrument. Like, yeah, a lot of people know the ukulele because it's easy. So freaking what? The guitar's harder. I have a guitar and I can't play the stupid thing because I'll start to get kind of decent at it and then I get annoyed with it and then I don't know, forget to play it for a while, and then you have to have calluses built up on your fingers. You can't bother to even try to play it for more than 5 minutes. Calluses go away, and you're like, I'm back to where I started. So by the time you build the calluses back up, you've already forgot all the chords you learned because it took so long to build the calluses back up. Because you have to play like only 2 minutes, 5 minutes every day. Anyway, so how about we make fun of acoustic guitar guys? That's something no one likes. When you show up to a poet has like a whole thing on this. You show up to a bonfire at a church and there's always an acoustic guitar guy who only knows like 4 chords, but you only need to know 4 chords to play most worship music or, what's the famous the one that everyone learns on guitar? Why am I blanking? I've been like this all week where I can't think of the name of songs. Um, it's like, uh, shoot. What's the name of the stupid song? It's not Wonderwall. It's a country song. Um, I know because I tried to learn it and it's really super easy to learn. Like I could probably go Google the chords and play it on guitar right now. Um, frick. Hold on. Hold on a second. Some Red Rose Cringe one? What are you talking about? Spencer? I don't know what you're talking about. Um, Wagon Wheel. That's what I'm thinking of. Rock Me Mama Like a Wagon Wheel. You know that one? That's the one that literally everyone can play on guitar because it's the easiest song to play on guitar. I could probably play it on ukulele right now if I were to find it. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say wagon wheel? Um, ukulele chords. Am I about to learn a song in front of y'all? It's so bad. My hands are sweating so bad. I don't know what it is. It's like the minute I start recording myself, I start sweating. No, regardless of the context. Like there's only 11 people watching me, and in my YouTube videos, there will be like at least 10,000 people. That's like that's like the lowest amount of views that I'll get on a video now. And I sweat during those, and there's only 11 people watching this, and I'm still sweating. Doesn't make any sense. You can't stand wagon wheel, Shannon. It's fun, whatever. Yeah, Darius Rucker. It's wagon wheel. I'm right. I'm right on this one. I'm right. Here we go. Am I about to do this? I'm trying to see if I can learn this song. Oh, there's an E chord in it. Okay, so it's A. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. That's off. That's the wrong chord. Rock me, mama, like a. Oh wait. Any way you feel. This is harder. It's harder on ukulele to play this song than it is on guitar because you gotta move around a lot more. On guitar, it's like you literally stay in the same place the whole time. He was better in Hootie and the Blowfish. I know nothing about older music, so I didn't even know he was in Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't even think I've ever listened to Hootie and the Blowfish. Whoops. Oopsie. Oopsie daisies. Let's see. Ah. I feel like there needs to be another chord there. It doesn't feel like a complete melody. It feels off. Whoever transposed this, it's on uke tabs, but I feel like whoever transposed this did not so good. I'm gonna have that song stuck in my head right now. Rock me, mama, like a wagon wheel. Rock me, mama, any way you feel. Hey, mama, rock me. Yeah. Yeah, there was a guy, I had I'm, a slut for musicians, right? So when I went, Spencer, all right, guy. All right, my guy, chill. There was a guy I had a crush on in high school purely because he led worship at our youth group, and he was like my age. And he played guitar, and that was like, and he could sing. I still, in my opinion, I can't speak. In my opinion, he can still sing really good. He just got progressively, one, less attractive, and two, I never actually got to spend much time with him. And then towards the end of my crush on him, I got to spend a little more time around him, just like because we moved into the college group, and then the college group had like something, like some kind of whatever. I was around him more, and I was like, actually, I don't like this guy. He's kind of irritating. and people still freaking love him. He was, like, the most popular person in high school and in college, and even now, it's like, now that everyone's kinda split from that church, everyone still loves this guy, and I'm like, "Why?" I don't get it. Like, I used to be obsessed with him, and now I'm like, "Why do people even like him?" So we've come full circle, ladies and gents. I have healed from that heartbreak because he definitely ignored me. Knew I he knew I liked him, and I think he like took advantage of that a couple times because he would be like overly nice to me every now and I would be like, and then he would just completely flat out ignore me. Like, was he just messing with me on purpose? It was ridiculous. Don't If any of you are in high school, which I assume most of you are, just don't date. Just don't. Um, People are dumb in high school. Like, I never dated in high school. I never dated anyone ever, period. Hold on, let me drink water. But I don't feel like I've ever missed out because I've never, like, I don't feel like I've missed out up to this. I look back on all the people I've had crushes on, like in high school and stuff, and I'm like, dodged a bullet. The issue now, though, is now that you're older, people are married already, like with children. Like people my age, like there's a girl younger than me who has a son who's like about to turn a year old and she's already married. I'm like, are you? Oh my gosh. I mean, I've got a friend who's got a baby who's almost 3. Well, and my friend Nikki is going to marry my brother and she's got kids who are like 8 and 9 years old. But I'm talking about like people I went to high school with. I look at the guys I went to high school with and I'm like, dodged a bullet. And now they're all married, with the exception of one, but he's in a long term. The guitar boy, he's in a long term relationship that they'll probably get married. So whatever. It was funny because I like still sort of liked him, but it was like when I was on my way out, when I was like figuring out he was kind of a douchebag. I started working at this water park, and I ended up working with his girlfriend, and I got along really great with her. And I was like, why is she dating him? She's like awesome. She's taking a step down to date him. He just got this is so bad. I hope these people never see this. He just got uglier. He like his hair started growing out long and he like couldn't pull it off. He still can't pull it off. It's just like kind of it just always looks like he doesn't want it. And I know that's like a style, but it just doesn't work for him. To In my opinion. But a lot of people love it, so whatever. Um yeah. I just got married last year and I'm 25 and I don't plan on having kids anytime soon. Same. I'm not married, but I mean that like if and when I were to get married, I don't want to have kids right off the bat. Like you just got married and like you're finally yeah, by the way, congrats on getting married. I'm so self-absorbed. Um, I would like want to I mean, you're 25, right? So your brain just finished developing. You're now fully functioning adult. So I'm technically still kind of a child. My brain's not even done cooking. The idea that like I would get married and then immediately start having kids, like I didn't even get to enjoy being an adult before now I got to go jump right back into child world and have sticky hands and everything and loud screaming and just the worst. So yeah, uh anyway, if I were to ever get married, I would definitely hold off having kids for a while if I even want kids. But yeah, I'm gonna turn 23 this year. It's a ways away. It's in June. But when I was in high school, I definitely imagined myself being either before or time I was 23. And I'm nowhere near getting married before I'm 23. Uh, so that's kind of weird. I don't know if I'm like, I think I'm fine with it, but there's like that societal pressure. And like, especially since I'm a Christian, there's like pressure in the church to like people meet each other, they start dating, and they're engaged by like 3 months in. And that is not, that just, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Because 3 months into a relationship, you're still in the honeymoon period. Like everything about them is cute. Of course, you're gonna marry them. You think it's all perfect in Wonderland. And it's not at all. I can tell you that right now, having zero experience. um, that's just the truth. It just is. And I mean, I know people, oh, my parents only dated 2 weeks and eloped and they're still married. Like, great for them. I'm just saying that, um, lost my train of thought. I'm just saying that personally, from what I've observed, I think it's safer to date someone for at least a year and a half, 2 years, even then, whatever, then get married. Don't, like, have your wedding on your 1-year anniversary of dating each other. That's just cutting it a little close, my guy, my girl, my kids. Just my humble opinion as someone with absolutely no experience in relationships, but I observe other people's relationships and I watch the downfall, and that's how I like that never seems to work for anybody. So I'm just gonna make sure I hold on to that, and bring that into whatever. Um, let's see, what are y'all talking about? I'm 17. I already have friends who are married and pregnant. Okay, are they married at 17 or do you just know people and you are 17? Because that's a different story. Uh, yeah, I like having my free time, getting travel. People say that you can't do that with kids, but I mean, there's a girl I follow on Instagram who she got married. She was 20 and he was 19 when they got married, and they have a daughter that just turned like a year old, and she's now pregnant with another kid. I'm like, oh my gosh, can y'all slow down? Um, but still travel and they still do kind of pretty much whatever they want with kids. They just bring their kids along with them, and I respect that. I feel like, I mean, kids should be a big priority in life, but like I think people just completely disregard themselves entirely and they lose themselves in having children. And then like I think that's a part of a midlife crisis is you're older and your kids can take care of themselves, or your kids move out and you're like, who am I outside of a parent? Like you should still hold on to who you are. Um and or they even say that like your spouse is supposed to come before your children when it comes to like importance. Like make sure you make time for your spouse. If that means, sending the kids to grandma's, then do it. But like make your kids an actor. It might be Chris Pratt. It's someone like Chris Pratt, who says that he'll come home and the kids will like his kids will like grab onto his legs and he's like, nope, mommy get kiss, and he has to like drag them along before, and then he like kisses his wife, and then he'll like pay attention to his kid. He does that to like show them that his wife has priority. Not like he doesn't care about his kids, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Y'all know. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up about that. Um, when do you think it's acceptable to move in with someone? That's a personal thing. I'm not here to like tell anybody what to do. So I can tell you what I personally believe, but like that's me and what I would plan to do. And that does not mean that like I'm telling you what to do. So please don't be like, oh, she's shoving her beliefs down my throat. Like I'm not. You can do you. I'm just saying I wouldn't move in with someone until I'm married to them. But that's just me. That's because of my beliefs. And that is not me shoving them down your throat. That is me answering your question. Please don't attack me. Please don't cancel me. All right. There's a YouTuber right now who's under some fire and people are like, he's canceled. And I'm like, can we chill with canceling people for either having different beliefs than you or making one mistake 10 years ago that you just unearthed because the internet is forever? Like, can we chill? Anyway, yeah, knowing each other for 4 months and getting married is yikes. You should have a podcast now, Faith. You know your girl can talk, but I don't want to do it like alone. And I actually do have a friend who's like, sorry, every time I talk, I can hear it echo in the ukulele. So I'm going to put this down here. It's irritating me. I actually have a friend who I mentioned that to, and she wants to do the podcast too. But I just feel like I don't have a big enough like audience right now for enough people to be interested in that. And I don't know what we would talk about. I watch the Tiny Meat Gang podcast all the time, which if you don't know, that's Cody Ko and Noel Miller. And they just make a bunch of like dick jokes all the time. And then they talk about like MMA, they talk about rap, and none of those things I know anything about, but like I just enjoy listening to them talk about it. And they're just funny dudes, whatever. And um it's just kind of mind numbing too. I like last night I fell asleep while watching it and knocked my computer off the bed. So, you know, but yeah, we have talked about starting one, but I would have to I'll I'll seriously consider starting a podcast if I hit 100K subs. How about that? Yeah, I'll give you 100K and then we'll talk for sure. But I don't have any equipment. I mean, literally my microphone and all my videos is my cell phone. So because it's at least a little better than the camera mic, but I can't afford can't afford a mic for my YouTube videos, much less like nice podcast mics, and then all the equipment you have to have for like sound recording and then getting it onto the computer and it coming through like nice crispy podcast sound. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't have any of that stuff. And I need that in order to do a podcast because I'm not gonna do a podcast if we both have our phones right here talking into the I'm not that desperate for attention and money. I would want to do it well if I were to do it because I'm not going to just screw around. I think a lot of YouTubers, I'm talking so much, but it's my live stream. So, but I think a lot of YouTubers, it's just like you either go into music or you start a podcast or both because it's just ways to make money. And I don't want to do it just to make money. I want to do it because I would enjoy doing it and that I can do it well. So it just depends. Anyway, I have broken all your rules and it worked for me, but I have no heckin' idea how now that I'm older. I don't know what that means by broken all my rules. I don't really have rules. I have, what do you mean with like relationships? Because, like I said, I've never even dated anybody, so what kind of rules could I possibly have? Married as soon as they were 18 and were already pregnant. Well, that's why I got married, because one got knocked up. It was a shotgun wedding. When is your birthday? Mine's June 2. I guess y'all are gonna figure it out, so there's no sense in hiding it. It's June 7th. Yee. I was supposed to be born I was born June 17th, and I came 10 days early. I actually tried to come out of my mom 3 months into the pregnancy. She had so many complications with me trying to come out way too early. I was ready to go. I can't be confined. You can't hold me down. Get me out. So I settled for 10 days early because if I came earlier back, 3 months in, I would have. So you guys wouldn't have the beauty that's before you today if I had ditched that soon. So there's a moral there, maybe don't leave a situation too soon. Oh gosh. About dating and marriage. What rules I don't really think I've talked about my rules other than I just wouldn't move in with someone. Oh, someone commented, ooh, this might be I maybe shouldn't say this. It's too late. Um, someone commented on my never getting married video and they said, wait, if you're a Christian, that means you won't have sex before marriage, which means you won't ever have sex. And I replied, RIP. I was like, RIP me. Um, I'm gonna just stop talking about that. Anyway, so no, I mean, everybody believes different stuff. That's just my personal whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave that behind. Let's talk about something else. What are we gonna talk about? Um, shoot, I'm blanking. I'm not good at this. Okay, we got what, 10 minutes? I can hang in there for 10 minutes. What can I talk about for 10 minutes? Someone give me something to talk about. Um, why do I sound like a chain smoker right now? I've been on the streets for all these years. You want a good Greek food place? Giboli's down the street has good falafel. That's how I sound right now. I just did like a John Mulaney bit where he's talking about the like street hooker drugs. Drugs. You know what I'm talking about? No. God, I wanted to make so many John Mulaney jokes this weekend with my friends. But Anna, who was with me, hadn't seen John Mulaney. I can talk about that. So my friend Anna, I met her on Twitter like years ago, and we had never met in person a day in our lives. Like I knew she wasn't like a fake person, but we had never met a day in our lives. And then she shows up at my house, like planned. She showed up at my house like 9 p.m. and like this first time I've ever seen her in person. Then we like slept in my bed and went to spent all day in Atlanta together. And then she ended up staying at my house the second night. And it's like, what the heck? It's just internet's so wild, man. Literally never met this person a day in my life, and she spent the night, and then we hung out in Atlanta, and it was really cool seeing her because I like vent to her all the time about stuff. Her and Chanel both were like my support system, still are for years. And I met Chanel like one other time, but it was very briefly, so I never actually got to spend time with her. And so, when we were in Atlanta for the Switchfoot show, I actually, like we hung out in line, and then, like, during the concert, Switchfoot, John Foreman, like, told everybody, "Put your arm around somebody," so I had one arm around Anna and one arm around Chanel, and it was, like, so surreal to have, like, both of these people who are so important to me and, like, have been such a big part of my life for literal years, and I'm sad. I'm still emo about it, so that's why I'm not taking this shirt off. It's my last piece of them. No, but, it was cool. And we went to Waffle House, which I haven't gotten to do in forever. That used to be a concert tradition that I would do after every single concert, and then I started going to shows with Nikki, who's always tired afterwards, so she just wants to, like, get Taco Bell and go, just get food to eat in the car. So it was fun to, like, finally get to go to Waffle House and, like, hang out and talk show, just we made the guy there mad. It's the Waffle House in downtown. If you went to the 21 Pilots show, like the one where they were camping out sort of in the Waffle House, apparently it's the highest grossing Waffle House in the United States. And it's also the smallest Waffle House I've ever been in, so I don't know how that works. And the, like, I'm assuming manager guy was super rude to us. Like, you're a he first of all, you walk in and apparently you have to, like, go to this desk to be seated, like, wait to be seated. I'm like, "This is a Waffle House." And then he told us we had 6 people. He told us to go sit at the bar. There, 1, wasn't enough seats, and 2, 6 people trying to have a conversation, all, like, leaning down and trying to talk this way to each other. It's not gonna work. So right when we, like, walked up to the bar, one of the ladies behind the counter was like, "Oh, there's an on there that'll fit all of you." He was like, "These off," and, like, made us leave the booth so we could wipe it down. And um, then we went and sat down, but he was, like, just giving us the stink eye about it, and I'm like, "It's a Waffle House. We're not dining in." I can't think of a fancy restaurant. Not even this isn't even, like, Olive Garden. This is Waffle House, alright? Well, Olive Garden's not fancy. That was just the first restaurant that came to my mind. And he's trying to act like he's running some five-star joint, and absolutely no. It's 1:30 in the morning. We want waffles, and, like, the floor is covered in grease. Like, just let us sit at the freaking booth. No one else is there. We're not blocked. Like, there's not people waiting for us to leave. It's a freaking Waffle House at 1:30 in the morning. Just give me my waffle. Anyway, um, yeah, so that was annoying. I don't know who that guy thought he was, but he was definitely having a power trip for someone who manages a Waffle House. It's not the place for the $1,000 pizza. Yikes. If you have $1,000 to drop on a pizza, maybe don't. Maybe, I don't know, donate that to charity, but who am I to judge, I guess. Um, I get paid this week from YouTube. I might try to use some of that money to I need a new tripod, mine's broken, and maybe get a microphone, but those things are just so expensive, and I'm not gonna tell y'all how much I make because that's apparently a social taboo. I don't know. I feel like we should be allowed to say not going to until, like, I know it's okay. But it's not a whole lot. Like, it's more than I was making at my old job, but that's not saying very much. What? What? Oh, my friend Anna's texting me. Is she watching my live stream? Anyway, I'll turn that on silent so I don't interrupt you guys. What was I talking about? Talking about Waffle House guy having a power trip and then trying to buy stuff. So I might try to get some nicer equipment. We're redoing my room hopefully soon. It just depends on when my furniture sells. So hopefully I'll have a little more room in there. And then maybe have a better filming setup. That would be nice instead of just me sitting in front of my bed. But it's all I have because I'm not going to film in the junk room. Yeah. Anyway. All right. We got what? What's 5 plus 1? 6. We got 6 minutes, y'all. I'm brain dead. I need to figure out what I'm going to eat for dinner. I'm probably going to have like freaking leftover rice and tofu and beans, like the vegan loser that I am. If y'all think I eat healthy because I'm vegan, that is absolutely false. I eat garbage. I mean, rice isn't garbage, but like normally I eat garbage. It's probably my skin. Okay, I'll talk about it because I have nothing else to do. My skin looked so good last week. It was starting to clear up, and I was like, I've been using Proactive. I used Proactive in high school, and it like just sort of never really worked. Like it worked kind of, and then just stopped working. Then my mom randomly reordered it like a month ago, and sorry if you hear like a low rumbling, that's the garage door opening. Um, she ordered it again, and so I was using it, and it just still wasn't working. So we canceled it, but I'm just going to use it till it runs out. And it was starting to clear up. I was like, oh, whoa, is this stuff finally like freaking working? I kid you not, the day before, it was like 2 days before. I think it was only just a day before Anna showed up. So Friday, day before the show, my skin started breaking out so bad, like in big freaking volcano zits. And I was like, why? And it's probably because I was eating garbage, but like even then, I eat garbage in the past and it didn't make my skin bad. I don't know. It was so annoying. So it happens to me all the time. Like my skin will look good the week of a concert, and then the time the concert comes around, my skin looks absolutely trashed. I'm like, this is what I'm gonna see the most people. Like I'm literally always home, especially now that I quit my job. I'm going to always because that's my job now. Um, and so no one's ever gonna see me. No one's ever see my clear skin. And then I go to a concert where like I'm gonna be around thousands of people. Not that any of them are paying attention to me. Just people are looking, and my skin looks like I'm a middle school boy. I mean, it's like huge. It's just awful. It's stupid. Anyway, so that's a beef I have. I'm never gonna be bitter about being an adult with acne. I for sure thought that was gonna be over after high school. And it got worse after high school. I'm not even kidding when I say that I had my skin was starting to clear up and then like when I was 17 and then in April of the 2014, yeah, April of 2014, it broke out so bad, ruined my senior prom, ruined graduation, and my life for like the next 2 or 3 years until I finally just got over it. I mean, it's not as bad as it used to be, but I also just most days I don't care a whole lot. I'm like, okay, this is my skin and I can't control it, so there's no sense in being upset about it because being upset's not going to fix it. If anything, it'll make it worse being stressed. So I keep wiping my nose. I don't know why my nose keeps itching. Uh, yeah. Um, it's the worst, and I hate it. And all of my friends are dealing with it. And my friend Nikki's like almost 30 and still has acne. And I'm like, is it never gonna go? This is my life now. I'm just always gonna look like a middle schooler. The people, if you've ever gone to a show with me, which one of you in here, I have this complex about my age because I feel like I look so young, and I don't know why that bothers me because I'm like sometimes it's to my advantage because I need people to think I'm a child so they take pity on me when I don't know what's going on. But at the same time, I have this complex of like, no, I'm an adult, dang it. So I will like purposefully get the bracelet that like is like 21 and up, so like you can drink or whatever. I'll purposefully get that bracelet, no intention to drink, because I just want people to know that like, yeah, I'm at least 21. I'm 22, but like at least 21. It's I don't know, it makes no sense and it's wasting paper, but I'm gonna keep doing it because I want everyone in that, especially since I'm always like the oldest person in a concert, or it feels like I'm the oldest in a concert. So I like want all these children to know, like, hey, I'm the alpha. I'm your elder. Y'all ever watch Eliza Schlesinger? I think that's how you pronounce her last name. I don't know. She's got a special on Netflix called Elder Millennial, and I love it. She's like 35 though, so I'm I don't know. I think I'm a millennial. I call myself a millennial, but I think I might be Gen Z. I'm like I'm no one knows where that cutoff date is, but I think I'm still a millennial. Because I thought Gen Z was anyone born 2000 and later, but they're saying that it can go back to like 95. So I don't know why. Just keep us millennials until 2000 cents. I thought 2000 was millennials actually for the longest time because I was like, oh, they're born in the new millennium. They're millennials. No, apparently that's people before the millennium. That makes zero sense to me. Um, yeah, I don't know if I want to be a Gen Z because I don't actually care, to be honest. Everyone thinks like, this generation's the worst, but like everyone always thinks that. Every older person thinks the generation below them is the worst generation. And let me just tell you that's not really true. Um, People have always sucked. Since the beginning of time, people have always sucked. So, and especially young people are just annoying and they start trends you don't understand. That's just how the world works. So now that I'm older, I see trends starting that I don't understand them, but I don't like get butthurt about it because I understand like, oh, that's what's teenagers are doing, like, we did the same thing. Um, so just get over it. Every generation sucked in some way because people in general are imperfect and dumb, and it's only gonna get worse from here, you guys. Well, it may not. I don't know. Um, not to like get into theology or whatever, but some I wonder like if the end times. I can't tell if there's some stuff in Revelation about like it might get peaceful for a while or it might get really terrible. Like I can't really tell. So I'm like sometimes I'm just like, it's only gonna get worse from here. So like this isn't that bad. Or sometimes I'm like, okay, so when is our time of peace coming? I don't know. Who knows? Not me. I hope maybe, I don't know. What year were you born? 96. 'Cause I'm 22. So I was born in 96. Uh yeah, and Riley said we're the same age. I always felt like I was right in the middle. Not only when it comes to like age stuff, but like trends, I was or just in general in my life, I feel like I'm always either one step behind or I was one step ahead, but not in a good way. Like if I was just 1 year behind, then I would have gotten to enjoy this thing. Or if I was just 1 year ahead, I got to enjoy this thing. I'm always 1 year off. So like in high school, the seniors got all these perks, and then the last year the seniors got those perks, and was my junior year, and then my senior year we suddenly had a new principal, and all those perks were stripped away. And I was like, if I was 1 year older, and then all throughout, like, when I was in church and stuff growing up, my class, like my group of people was always the smallest group. Like by the time I was like when I was in high school, it was like me and one other girl that were the same age. Like every other group had like 6 or 7 people, but people my age, it was just me and one girl. And then especially when I was a senior, it was me and one girl. And it just has always felt like there's just this weird there's like nothing for us, and then people just kind of like leave us in the dust and then like either care about the kids right before us or right after us but not us. Or yeah, like when I left high school, it was like right when I left high school they introduced some new stuff that like made it better, and I was like freaking great, freaking sweet, thank you. um anyway, uh oh, about the Kimmy Schmidt thing, I like Kimmy Schmidt. Is there a new season yet? I think the last thing I watched was season 3. Is there season 4 yet? Labels are pretty dumb. People so yeah, I was gonna say that. You mean like suck? Yeah. Everybody sucks all the time, me included. Everyone is imperfect. So let's stop calling people problematic and canceling them unless they do something actually terrible, like rape and kill people, not for saying something mildly offensive on Twitter 5 years ago and then bringing it back up now and being like, problematic, canceled. It's like they said one thing 10 years ago that wasn't even that bad, and you're bringing it up now to cancel them. Anyway, um, I like to link a Time magazine cover from decades ago saying the exact same thing about the baby boomers are saying about millennials. It's true. Every generation thinks the other generation is worse. Is people born mid 2000s. I read one time the cutoff was 98 for Gen Z, but the cutoff changes. No one knows. It's like we have when millennials began for sure. It's 83, pretty sure. I'm like, I'm sure. And then I say the number, I'm like, maybe. But I'm pretty sure it's 83 or 82. I think it's 83. It's like we know, why don't we know mine? It's because it's me. It's my generation gets just like, or not my generation, but like my age group, my cohorts, people my age, that's a psychological term. That's real. You can look it up. My cohorts get breezed over all the freaking time. So anyway, we need a name for ourselves. We're the millennials, but instead of an S, it's a Z at the end because we're right in between. So millennials. Does that make sense? All right, I'm done. I always feel like Gen Z is the middle school age kids, though. Yeah, me too. But apparently, it's actually like high schoolers. Like someone 2 years younger than me is Gen Z. It's weird. My principal got arrested. What did he get arrested for? Oh my gosh. Okay, is the cutoff 81? Because there was a commercial for, I think it's a show called like You're the Worst or something, and it was like people sitting at a table, and someone called them. They were like, "You're not millennials," and they both like at the same time said, The cutoff is we're both millennials, the cutoff is 83 is 1983 and a half or something like that. I don't know. Drinking and driving, nice. Nice. That is I don't even drive when I'm too tired, and then people drink and drive. What is classified as mid-90s? That's so relative. Just millennials, okay? Just millennials, alright? Okay, so you build that Gen Next is 98 to 94. iGen Wait, so are millennials Generation Y? I don't freaking let's stop talking about this, I'm tired. At my high school graduation, they had a really good term for the in-between generation, I can't remember it. Wow, great, thanks for bringing it up. No, I'm sorry, that was mean. Um, we called it The Gap for the longest time. We actually had a college group called The Gap because it was like no one knew what to do with us. We were just kind of like lost in whatever. So we had a college group that we called The Gap. That's what we are. We're the Gap generation. Literally, because a lot of us Gap kids growing. I had a sweatshirt. I remember when I was really young that said Gap on it. So The Gap. It's all arbitrary, of course. It is. Like, why even bother naming them? Why bother naming the generations? I don't even get how they classify generation. I'm not kidding. For the longest time, I thought a generation was like people born within 10 years of each other. Well, okay, first I thought it was everyone like who was born in 96 was like that's a generation. It's like 1996 when I was born. I thought that was a generation. Anyone born in that year. It's like everyone who's 22 right now was a generation. That was wrong. So then I was like, oh, okay, well then it's 10 years is like a generation because I thought a generation was like people that you would actually interact with. People, I'm like, I don't really interact with people 10 years, more than 10 years younger than me or 10 years older than me. So I was like, that's a generation. And then, nope, it's like these random numbers of like 98 to like 1994. That's a weird cutoff. Like, cut it off at a 5 or go from 98 to 90. That's a generation. And 90 to 2000, that's a generation. 2000, 2010, that's a generation. This is the most boring live stream. I'm so sorry. Ugh, you should make a vid on this. No, are you guys not bored out of your minds? I'm bored just talking about it. This is so dumb. I'm gonna just move this really quick. Don't. Okay, you guys. Cool. It was an empty thing of hummus that I consumed today. That implies like they're the ones that did the baby booming, right? But no, it's the people who were born because of people baby booming. Does that make sense? Like that doesn't make sense. I was like the baby boomers. Like I think my parents are baby boomers, but I would think my grandparents were because they're the ones that did the booming. I'm trying to be very delicate with my wording right now. I'll scar myself. What's your favorite John Bellion track? It's a tie between Morning in America and Hand of God on the Human Condition album. I love Morning in America. I love the lyrics, but Hand of God, of course, is an artistic masterpiece, especially the outro part of it. But I'm just partial to Morning in America because not only is it a bop, but like the lyrics are so deep. It's so cool. On the new album, I really like Blue. I love the acoustic version of Blue. That made me like tear up at work. It was so beautiful. Is he married, by the way? Does anyone know if John Bellion's married? I can't seem to find that out because he's got a song called Conversations with My Wife, but I can't seem to find any proof that he's married. I don't think I've ever seen a picture of him with a wedding ring on, but I can't tell. Let's see. People doing the booming. Right? Named to describe individuals' collective attitudes and behaviors, but that's so vague, I guess. Are you talking about cohorts? The definition of cohorts? Oh, by the way, let me see. I haven't said hi to some of you. I'm gonna log off soon, but I don't think I said that. Or Candy. Hello, Candy. Did I say hey to Audra? I've seen you in here. I just didn't say hey to you. Why are different generations named? I guess to keep track of us. I don't know. I don't know. I don't name them. I'm not in charge of that. I think y'all are the only 2 new ones in here that I haven't acknowledged. Okay. Or Riley. Hi, Riley. Okay, let me go back down. I did acknowledge you? Okay, I'm sorry. Dumb. You should know that. You guys know I'm dumb. Well, he talks about okay, so you said he's not married, but he talks about, like, his family he's, like, close with his family outside of being married, but, Shannon just subscribed to my Patreon today. I'm sorry this is the first live stream you've seen, this is probably my worst one yet. Uh, but, he not only is it conversations with my later, he's talking about, like, doing it for the kids or something. I'm like, does he have a wife and children too? Because he's very low key about his private life. Um, and he has said that he does that on purpose. So he very honestly, I would not be shocked to find out John Bellion has a wife and just like we don't even know. Um, which I respect, but at the same time, I'm like, I need to know. I want to know. But it would be cool if conversations with my wife, that song, is written and he's not married because it's like kind of what he looks to. But at the same time, it's sweeter the idea of like there is a person that song is attributed to. But also, I'm gonna keep talking for friggin' ever. I kind of don't like when people write songs about someone they're not married to. Caleb Chapman did this at the Colony House show. He talked about how it was the first love song he ever wrote, and it ended up about the woman he ended up marrying. I don't think he wrote it when he was married to her, but he ended up marrying her. We're out of breath. But I don't like it because there's songs that I'll really love, and I hate when I know too much about a band. So like a relationship, and it's like about like being